Greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the May 30, 2026 installment of the Focus Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catching up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word Saint spelled backwards. And today, my co-hosts are Mr. Afro Agnostics, star of those Afro Agnostic videos on social media, co-star of Objective Deconstruction.
Afro with no afro.
We got Student X. Oh, I'm sorry. We got Mr. Floyd X.
Hey, I missed Student X outfit. I said we need somebody with a shirt and tie on, so I had to put one on.
Student X, I just knew you would come back when you saw the meme that we're talking about. I knew you wouldn't trust us to deal with it without you. So, come on back when you're ready for it, brother. But that's Mr. Floyd X, the boss man over there. Yeah. And then we got infamous El Pooh, star of Spin That Back. And, we're missing a few people. We're missing Brother Walk, star of Sex Talker Walk Thursday, and co-star with Mr. Floyd X for Street Focus on Sundays at 6 p.m. We don't have First Lady J. We don't have AB, but I am cooking up something with the ladies and Mr. Brother Afro Agnostics. We're gonna do a show, Objective Deconstruction on the Sassy Mandemic. So yeah. So that's what's up. So with that having been said, what's going on with you, brother? What's going on with you, brother Afro Agnostics? You've been out for a little bit. Hey, I had to do some stuff that first week, and Mr. Floyd X, he's handling his business. But Mr. Walk was supposed to be hosting. We're still waiting on it. So the bottom line is I had to just come on and do this. But welcome back. What's going on with you, sir?
Oh man, the graduation stuff, family in town and doing all of that. But all of that is out the way. I got a chance to support my comrade in the struggle, Bruce Riley. New movie. Y'all should get out there and see it. I love boosters. Oakland classic, always a social message in it. Shout out to Boots from the former group, the rap group, The Coup. Y'all know, right? The Coup. Yeah. He's Riley. Yeah, so, yeah.
Cool. That sounds cool.
That's what's up. Welcome to the party, Brother Walk. Can you turn his audio back on? Can you hear us, brother? You got some noise going on in the background, but yeah, what's up?
Oh, it's too loud? Oh, man.
No, that's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I'm rolling back to the house,
chilling.
Let's do it.
Mr. Floyd X, what's going on with you, sir?
Chilling, man. Just here enjoying this weekend. I ain't got nothing going on this weekend, just cleaning up around the house, same old,
You got something going on, but we'll talk about it a little bit later. Mr.
He on duty.
Infamous El Pooh. What it do, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm blessed and happy to be here as usual, like I always say. But I just want to say, man, I'm just glad I'm not Ray J. I wouldn't have the guts. That boy got the soul knocked out of him. You saw that old nutty head?
Yeah.
By the time he got up, it wasn't Ray J no more. It was that not talking. It was like, man, we took the L. Just like, dude, like, no, y'all, we didn't take no L. It's not like we did. Me and Ray J took an L. Not only is his heart messed up, and now you got brain damage too.
See, now we got to play it up, boy. I got to play the fight.
Right, we got video on this.
Y'all have seen the Ray J fight? This is the replay of it real quick.
Now you got an extra frontal lobe.
Now that really wasn't a regular boxing match. Damn, look at that shit. That was like a mixed martial art, but I didn't see nobody throw no kicks or nothing.
Somebody got mixed up.
Yeah.
Yo, man, that brother. Look, it takes bravery to get in the ring. You know, I respect. Look, losing is not. There's no shame in losing, but there's some humor in how it played out. Particularly, you ain't gonna play the back part. You ain't gonna play the interview. Let me speak after you play the interview.
When you started snitching.
The post fight interview.
Watch the post fight.
We took an L tonight.
No, we didn't take. Your ass was over here. You want me to show you what you did? Where was y'all at? You were somewhere around this rain bed sign, and he took one punch. Hey, what? Ray J, this is professional, man. You can't just do it. I
gotta talk to the nigga about.
Y'all talk backstage. I ain't even gonna interview y'all. Super, come here. Super.
Money we lost.
We didn't think you was gonna win. So how y'all lost money?
Wow.
Hey, I ain't gonna. That's a good method though. If I got my ass knocked out, I'll be like, you up. Look at that.
I can't see it, man.
You got one of them cartoon lumps. You know when I love you, dog. Well, super hot.
That was cold. That was cold. Man.
Oh man.
I don't know if everybody know who Super Hot is, but that's the he was like the rapper that do that. Oh nope, wrong picture. Where's that picture at? Oh, I ain't got it uploaded. But he was the one.
The fake. Oh yeah, the meme. When
he say one
like,
word,
yeah, and everybody
lose their mind. He be like, "That's super hot," but it was funny, man. That was a good.
I want to say something really quick. I mean, it's funny and all that, but man, this is like, who's responsible for this spectacle of black labor? I mean, look, this motherfucker, Aiden Ross. He's an Ashkenazi. What's his name?
Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross. Yeah, he's an Ashkenazi Jew who owns this entertainment, mostly NBA, NFL, mostly black, like the highlight people, Michael Beasley, others. They got dwarfs, so-called midgets, and they're fighting. I mean, this shit is like a Ringling Brothers spectacle, man. And motherfuckers ain't got no sanctioning bodies, which, I mean, like, there's no commission, there's no safety. Like, this dude said he didn't get no help, no support. Where the fuck medics at? I mean, we laughing, man. This dude got a heart condition, concussion. He's been Blueface was even complaining in the same shit, man. But you know, once again, these white folks exploiting black labor.
They said that they had medical, people go over this and clear and all this other stuff. So, they said that they had it, because I thought that too. I'm like, this dude is sitting there talking about he's on death's door. How the heck do you sanction him getting into this ring and fight? You know what I'm saying? But they said they had a doctor and all this stuff. They checked him before, they checked him afterwards. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he went and got training only like 2 weeks before, but he got training from 1 week. From Liddell, from Chuck Liddell, who's like a legendary.
I don't care if he Bruce Lee 1 week.
Yeah,
he's not in condition to be taking damage and injuries, and plus a lot of the infrastructure set up to do this is UFC infrastructure. UFC has already gutted some of the Ali Act. This is going to have bad consequences for boxing, I believe.
And it's another thing with this that was kind of unfair to Ray J is Super Hot had like 7 fights before that, so that wasn't his first fight. We haven't heard about it. I haven't seen or heard nothing from Super Hot, but he has had previous fights with different cats, and he lost 2 and won the rest. So it was kind of unfair for Ray J. That's why he kicked Ray J out that first round. He wasn't throwing no punches. Let Ray J kind of tire himself out. I commend both of them for stepping in the ring, but Ray J took a huge L. It was kind of embarrassing, but he did his thing. He stepped in there. But he shouldn't have even been fighting from all this stuff with the medical, because I'm with you guys. How did he even get approved to step in the ring?
Yeah.
Real. I know one thing. Ray J got one wish. He wish he wouldn't have did it.
Man.
Yeah, so we went from that spectacle to we got a great spectacle coming up at 5 p.m. today. San Antonio versus OKC, Game 7 of the Alien. the alien Wemby. You were saying this, Walk. You know, this is it even fair for this cat to be in the league? What you got to say about Wemby, Walk?
Man, he's a freak of nature too. 7'4", 7'3", shooting three pointers. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? And taking it down the court like a point guard. This is a freak of nature. This is what the new NBA gonna be looking like. It's a new star is born. So I think they're gonna take the whole thing. I would like them to win. That would be kind of cool.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for them to at least beat OKC. I don't know if they're gonna beat New York though, because I mean, to me, this is gonna be the YNs versus the Unks. I got the Unks. What you about to say?
You heard Brunson. You heard the fans after that game. They were like, "We want Brunson. We want Brunson." They ready. They ready for the Knicks.
That's what's up. So yeah, you've been following this Afro Agnostics. I know your Pistons is gone, but you know, check out
the Cavs gone too. So, but no, but I'm favoring the Unks though. I got the Unks.
That's what I'm saying. Team Unks over here. What you got to say about this, El Poo?
Hey, OKC for me all the way.
Damn. Game 7. OKC. I'm going for the Spurs myself. I want to see them go all the way too.
5 p.m. today, Pacific time. So, all right. And then what do we got next after that? Oh, all right. So we talked about this before, but now really the issue is about Kevin Hart, defending it. Kevin Hart went on, first of all, he had his roast. And, of course, the whole thing about it is everybody's pushing the envelope and saying, crazy stuff. And this one particular comedian, Tony, I forgot what his name is.
Cliff.
This dude, he made a George Floyd joke, and it was his ending joke, you know what I'm saying, of his set. And I mean, it was way out of pocket. And, and Kevin Hart's being a whole bunch of flack over this. And he was like, look, man, it's a production. I got to see the production through. What am I supposed to do? It was taste. He acknowledged it was made in bad taste, but he's like, hey, like whatever. But it was like, I was playing it last night, looking over it, and he's sitting there laughing about it when it's being made. It's one thing to say that something happened that you didn't like, that went off the rails or something like that. But you're basically looking like how they say Will Smith was looking when Chris Rock made that Jada, the joke about his wife before he sort of like snapped it back and ended up slapping the dude. So my point is that, I don't give Kevin Hart a pass for that.
As far as him defending it, I watched the Breakfast Club interview. I was pissed off. He pissed me off the way he was trying to defend it. No apologies. And then he was talking about, I called Stack 5. I called him. We had a conversation. And then Nuri went off on Stack 5 for, you got smoke for everybody else that talked shit about George Floyd, but not for them. Oh, I see how you are. He was just clowning. He just took time to clown him. And, you got to, if you're going to stand on it, you got to stand on it all day. But Kevin Hart, I think he was a sucker for the way he was defending it on the Breakfast Club. I think the lady, Lauren LaRosa, she had some good points she was trying to put out there, but he kept stomping on him. And Charlamagne was trying to be nice and cordial to him, because I understand Kevin Hart's a big name and all that, but he pissed me off with his defense, but I'm not going to throw him away just yet.
Brother Watt?
It was like a humiliation ritual, and Kevin Hart just sat there and took it. Like, because think about it. Like, normally with a roast, there's a tone. This was purposely to be offensive toward black people, our sister who dead husband. This was like an evil tone, and it wasn't by coincidence. I think that they let him know, this is what we're going to do. Maybe Kevin Hart didn't know and just had to take it. You know what I'm saying? But but so he is a sucker. He's a sucker to allowing that to be part of that. Like,
he produced the show. His company produced it.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
His company produced it. All the jokes, the comedians. He said the comedians came up and they called, said, "Man, I'm gonna say." He said, "Go ahead, do what you want. Say what you want. No restrictions. Say what you want." So it was like everything made it through. And when they said, sorry, I'm interrupted again, but when they said that, they let 8 jokes get past, it wasn't that they censored the joke. It was the comedian themselves. They looked at the jokes. I'm not saying that one, and that was their own editing. It wasn't like the business or the company edited it. So he let it go all the way through, and to me, it was disrespectful. But I'm not gonna throw him away just yet. That's what I'm gonna keep repeating that. But
Afro, you got something to say about this?
Yeah, we ain't gonna throw him away, but we just kind of know where he's at and what his motives are. I mean, he wants a seat at the table, and he's willing to compromise. Because I know in his heart he don't really feel that way. I just don't believe he does. But maybe he does. You know, not all black people think the same way. But the excuses that he made just didn't fly over well with me. Like the one, this is a fraternity of comedians. This is how we do. But nigga, it wasn't closed circuit. Like if it was closed circuit with y'all, then do that. That's amongst your fraternity. But no, this was broadcast to black people. We have just like any other people, we have sentimental things and blah blah blah. And other comedians, his own peers have came out. Even a white girl, Chelsea Handler.
Yeah,
let's come out. Like if everything is okay just because it's funny, then why not just bring minstrelsy back? So but I think real quick, I think he is catching a lot of heat. And a lot of that heat needs to also be directed at Netflix and this Laugh Fest thing that they have, because they're writers. They're all Netflix employees. So I think once they change a little bit or apologize or condemn it, watch Kevin Hart change his mind quickly.
El Pooh?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, all I'm going to say is just this. Did Cat Williams lie about Kevin Hart?
Nah.
Yeah.
He said, Cat Williams said that. Oh, somebody said the only N-word he don't use is no.
Cat Williams being a contradiction, because he was there present. He was complicit in it. He was there. He got paid. He was a part of the show.
Yeah,
but he got an opportunity to go after a dude that he's been going after. So I mean, there was a little personal thing, and then it was a reconciliation, because he was talking about. Remember when they were talking about the Flavor Flav roast, and he was like, "I'm not comfortable with this." They all just everything is a blackity black crispy a crispy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nah. But to me, really, what really pissed me off, like Mr. Floyd X said, the interview he did on the Breakfast Club, that was the first time I saw him like that. I really did not like him. I really was disgusted as a person. I just thought like, wow, he's trash. Like, I never thought that. I always thought this is like one of the good ones. You know what I'm saying? At least for the most part. Like, I don't think he's very funny as a stand-up comedian. I think he's entertaining as far as just listening to a story. But I don't think he's a really good stand-up comedian. I think he does very good as a person that's self-humiliating in movies and stuff like that. But I mean, I just thought he was a terrible person in that Breakfast Club video. It pissed me off too. I mean, he was very flippant, and I mean, he was very disrespectful. I mean, when he talked about how the homegirl, like, and I won't watch it, and I did watch it, don't whatever, and it's just all this other. And it's like, dude, settle down. I mean, who are you trying to show out for? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, it was disgusting.
Yeah. You should have known he was a sucker when he said back in the day that he wouldn't put on the dress, and then he did put on the dress.
Yep, I remember that on the Saturday Night Live. Wasn't that Saturday Night Live or something?
Well, there's nothing wrong with putting on dresses, but it is something wrong with going back in your word.
It's not wrong with putting on a dress, but anyways, but
let's see. What's his name? D.L. Hughley. I didn't watch the show, but he said it best. He said Kevin Hart was protecting everybody except his people.
Oh,
just like that.
Damn. Yeah. Man, that's
Well, you know what? That's gonna come back in. Let me push that down a little bit. Let's talk about this, Mr. Floyd Mayweather. We talked about this situation before, where it looks like his money's getting funny, and I'm definitely not celebrating, anybody's downfall or anything like that. But when you have like bad choice after bad choice, and repercussions and stuff like that, to me, it's a teachable moment. So this female had basically took him to court, fraternity. She was a stripper at his club. I think he's got multiple clubs, but one of his clubs, he's been some type of relationship with her for like 8 years. At least that's what she says. And basically, once he found out that she was pregnant with his kid, that's when he fired her. And which is like all types of problems and stuff from employment law standpoint. But suffice it to say, this brother, he's held accountable and he had to shell out like $1 million, and he's got like $33,000 a month or something like in a child support, some crazy number. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, brother, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, Mr. Floyd X, what you got to say about this?
Man, I hate hearing about such a rich person losing their money, wasting their money, doing dumb shit by having babies and having to spend on child support. The brothers got to get wiser, man. And I know it's a lot of people around that can help y'all. And if you know LeBron or you know Magic Johnson, somebody could be like, hey, man, come do this or do that and stop. I'm tired of hearing about these dudes going broke, and you don't make it no better when you spend $1 million on a car and you have a bed full of money and be what kind of idiot be at a basketball game counting money? Huh, Mr. Mayweather? Who does that? That's dumb. It's dumb to be sitting there counting money at a basketball game. Enjoy the game, dude. And wise up. Wise up, man. That shit pisses me off. Too much money to throw away like that.
Infamous El Poo, what you got to say about this?
Remember that old saying, it ain't tricking if you got it. What if you got tricked?
Exactly. Afro, you got something to say about this?
Man, unlike Floyd X, I pray and pray for his downfall. Like you said, it'll be a teachable moment, not to him, because he's but to the masses, to prospective other black men in terms of how to spend your money wisely. Look, because everyone has seen, I guess millennials and even a step down from there, they've seen his rise, or they know of him as this rich person, and then him falling from that. And also, I think the manosphere, the red pill, they need to attack this dude. Also, that is an important role. This dude is despicable. He's a terrible father. He beat his ex-wife, baby mama in front of the children. He has a history of beating women, slapping workers, putting them on independent contracts at the strip club so that he doesn't have to pay them the minimum wage, and he can avoid the labor laws, because in order to buy these, to live this lifestyle, you can't pay the people, correctly. But I think, man, if he didn't have this money, he would be in jail right now. For if you don't know his battery and his history. So, but I want to see that same, hate that people have for Megan. I would like to see the manosphere have that for Floyd Mayweather, but you don't see it. They be glazing.
There you.
Go ahead, walk.
Why would everybody say something or critiquing? Where does that come from? I'm hearing people say that, like you just said it. Nobody hate Mayweather or the manosphere hate the women. Yo, this is what's up with Floyd Mayweather. He's just not too good with money. It's just like when 50 Cent was working with him, 50 Cent came into the business and he said there was no business here. So that's how they kind of fell out. 50 was trying to let him know, like, bro, you don't even really have a business. So the dude is not really too savvy with money and doing his thing. Now, how dumb are you to be having unprotected sex with a stripper? For a dude who don't drink and smoke and keep his body on point, he sure do make a lot of dumbass decisions. Here I am, a nigga who drink a lot and broke his tail, but I was smart enough to have a vasectomy, bro. Damn. Get it together, brother.
See, Brother Afro, there's the attack. He just got attacked by the manosphere.
That's good. That's a good example.
Good job, Walt. Good job.
And I don't hate Floyd Mayweather. I don't hate him.
Yeah,
Man.
definitely. I don't hate him. Again, I think I want a teachable moment out of all of this stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, I want people to do well. But look, we just can't. This dude is a meme for just throwing money and just doing all of this flossing. It's like rich people, the rich people, they just be humble. They just wear regular clothes. You don't see Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos flossing, ridiculous rollies and all type of crazy stuff like that. I mean, it's just, we got to do.
What I'm saying is that when I he's a terrible example of a black father. I mean, he has a history of beating his girlfriends and his wives. His father and his uncle does as well. And he financially neglected his child for 4 years. That child is 4 years old. That's why he has to back pay $1 million. That means he probably was not spending time, neither money, with his own kid. Bad example of black father.
Yeah, he fired his mama once he found out it was his kid.
Yeah.
They must be doing a good job of hiding it, because I don't know about none of this stuff you're talking. I stay on the internet, so I don't know none of this.
You don't remember him with the 18-year-old girl in 2015 from the UK? None of that?
Nope.
Yeah, man. No,
I heard those stories.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let me give him a little props. Maybe it wasn't just that he was firing the mama. Maybe he just felt like, well, now that she's a mother, she doesn't need to be stripping, you know. What were you about to say, Walt? You about to say something before I cut you off?
I agree with brother Umar, brother Agnostics, because he is a bad example of a father. Just because you got millions and can have a bunch of babies and support them financially all over the damn planet, don't mean that's a good thing to do. It's good to, like Cheyenne Bryant was right on this, it's good to be in the home with the child. They need that. So yeah, I'm just disappointed in Money Mayweather, because he is, from the outside looking in, it's like a positive brother doing these businesses and all this stuff. But when you look at it, go into the interior, he's not all there with it, bro. It's like
it was all Al Heyman. It was all Al Heyman.
Yeah, you got to do like Diddy, man. You got to hire some good white folks that know what they're doing. Not far as the business.
You got to learn how. First of all, you got to learn how to read. So you need to know what's in your own contract.
Yeah.
Man.
Let me give props to a man. Let me give props to a man like Dr. Dre. I ain't never seen him flashing no money and throwing money around and being stupid like that. I just want to say that, you know.
But he's been throwing around some females, so you know.
Hey, that's his past.
What's her name? Mr. Lay said he gave her a black eye in each eye before.
And we're not gonna talk about Sister D.
And she still saw her way back.
Man.
And his wife. That he most recent one. Yeah.
Damn.
That's a mystery.
That's crazy.
I mean, if you don't have those natural boundaries, you know what I'm saying? They're just, it's partying. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when someone say that if he's a woman beater, you know, he's a woman beater. It's sort of like a drug addict. It's a part of, you're going to have to take extra steps to not go there, because you don't have that natural boundary that keeps, you from doing that. Because for example, all the people on this panel, Brother Walk is the one that he really has, to me, the most restraint is when it comes to a female, just because he's just really no matter what, he's like, look, you just restrain him. You just whatever. I mean, to me, if someone's coming at you violent, I'm going to respond violence. Violence going to meet violence. But you know what I'm saying? Just the notion of just getting upset, taking off on a woman, I mean, I can't even relate to it. But I've seen that there are people that have that capability, and I acknowledge the truth. And when you see that you're dealing with that type, deal with that accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Actually, just run. That's just what's up. So, now might be a good time for the break.
770-262-0989. That's the number. The first time I ever read it.
I was trying to remember it too. I was looking at the number. My memory. As soon as you came back, I was I lost it.
Hey, La Brea Trucking, for all of your trucking needs, East Coast to West Coast, North to South, South to West. Call the brother. Y'all need something delivered cross country? Call him. Hey, Mr. Donald Trump, if you need some of them parts delivered for your ring, for your birthday, the wrestling ring that you're going to have on the front lawn, call La Brea Trucking so he can bring some of that stuff you need for your UFC fight. Muted, you're muted.
That's gobealive.org. Go get you some of that black honey. And if you want it in person, go to the Petty Vice in Venice or to the Afro City Marketplace at the Crenshaw Mall. The perfect honey for them Popeyes biscuits. Salute, Sister Nietzsche.
Peace and blessings. For those of you who haven't come to 2251 Florin Road, Suite 111, and got your issue of the fiberless fava bean pie, you are missing out. These have just come out the oven and they're on their way to the shop right now. So come on through and get your issue of the world's greatest pie. The pie that literally makes you high. Peace and blessings.
Go get y'all some of them bean pies for my brother Camille Shabazz at the African Market here in Sacramento, California. Score Bar and Lounge, black owned. Go watch Game 7 at the Score Bar and Lounge, 7123 Franklin Boulevard, Sacramento, California.
Focus Up Network. Salute. Membership. Salute. Appreciate you.
Salute to our brother Cam. If you see him out there in LA, go get some of them watermelons. I saw that brother put out a video where they picked up like 500 watermelons. They got the yellow meat, the red meat. If they picked it up from a black farmer, and I believe they bring them back to LA and sell them in LA. If you see that brother out there dressed suited and booted selling the final call with the watermelon, go get you one of them watermelons from that brother. Salute to the Mars number 27. Out there in LA.
Yeah, and they got bean pies too.
And they got bean pies too. You heard the brother, they got bean pies too.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's get on back to it. Let's talk about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Now we talked about her before, a bit, doctor. Yeah, they got to put those quotes about her. But really, what we noticed that a little bit shocked about the people who have come to her defense. So we got Dr. Umar running to her defense. We got Amanda Seals going super hard in her defense. We got Mark Lamont, who
Dr. Mark Lamont
tacitly is offering up a defense. I mean, that's a dude that they were saying boy, he goes really hard to not talk bad about people that he's cool with. But I have a lot of respect for that brother. But he's wrong on this one. He's right about when he called her on the talking disrespecting that dude. What was his name? I call him sweet or soft. What was that dude?
Anton Daniels.
No. I forgot.
Torre.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he backtracked. Lamar Hill was like, "Yo, that was out of pocket what she was doing there." I wasn't cool with that. But again, it's kind of surprising to me. What you got to say about this?
Real quick. The reason I believe that Dr. Mark Lamont Hill, somebody who I greatly respect and is an intelligent brother, when I was looking at it, I was like, why is he defending her? Why is he downplaying it? But then I remembered he was a follower of Malachi Z. York as a youngster. So, if you know that story, in my opinion, that was a cult. And so, he was in that lane. And I don't know if
about Dr. York. He's talking about Imam Issa.
Dr. York. That's why.
You talking about Dr. York.
Dr. York. That's why he's defending it and downplaying it.
I wouldn't say a follower.
I wouldn't say that's why.
Yeah. I was a person that was a big. Dr. York had a massive influence on me. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely a cult guy. He went off the deep end. All of his prophets looked like Big Daddy Kane, but that dude was still spitting some knowledge in there in between. But
molesting children.
Yes, he was a monster. But you know what? I still don't think that's an excuse for defending homegirl. But what was you about to say, Alpha Agnostic?
No, I'm just saying because I think when we followed, when I was into York and stuff, it was around this. junior my age, but he was early 20s, coming out of teenage years. He's 40 in his mid 40s now, so that that was a long time ago. But I think it's a little more sinister or even more nuanced, because as I was thinking, I was like, okay, Umar, then I was like Amanda, then I was like Lamont. They seem to all be, but they're all hooked into the same networks. They are repeated guests on the Joe Budden show. I mean, Mark co-host. They flow through the Vlad, they flow through the Shannon Sharp, the Shay Shay, that whole ecosystem. So they're kind of like a fraternity. So I think it's more like class interest. I knew with Omar, I think him and Mark go way back in Philly. So I kind of gave it a pass. Like, okay, there's some old school Philly connection. But, you can't be, about liberating Black people and then, don't, condemn those who caused them harm. So, but I think it's just class interest all around. That's what it is.
Now, what about Tariq Nasheed? You got to throw him in there too. He was playing softball with it, in my opinion. I don't think he was defending it, but he was playing softball with it.
Well, who was?
Tariq Nasheed was playing softball about Cheyenne Bryant. He said, "Yeah, they say she did this. I don't know." They said, and I don't know. Maybe it might be hate in there. I don't know. He was softballing it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just want to say really quick, Umar, Tariq, they are in similar lanes. I put Umar above him, but none of them are on the same lane as Mark, Lamont, and Amanda. So,
Wow, you put Umar above
yeah, that was crazy.
Tariq ain't shit, man. Tariq ain't. He's a hustler. He's a grifter, man.
I would not put Amanda Seals. I wouldn't put Amanda Seals on Lamont's level, though. That's where I would draw the line. But Walk was about to say something. What was you about to say, Walk?
Yeah, I'm tripping off how you putting Tariq Nasheed down. Like Tariq Nasheed do a lot for the Blacks in the community. He do get his money though. You got to respect that. But he ain't. I don't think he sold his soul like a lot of these cats did. But I want to say back to with Cheyenne Bryant. I think like the reason these brothers is defending her because really she ain't hurt nobody. She just come up there running the con game like a lot of these motherfuckers do. She running the con. It's her hustle. She changed her name to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, whether she a doctor or not. It's all a hustle. I don't think she's done nothing nefarious so far, other than just tell a bullshit ass lie. But she is whoever she helping and whoever she getting money from. Well, that's on you to pay her. She not taking no money out of my pocket and it ain't hurting me. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why they're defending her because I'm really on the board with it. I really don't care, but I would like her to be truthful. If you talking about you a doctor and helping people, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not the first person running that con, baby. You know.
I think you said I would like to be truthful.
I got something to say, but Elpo, I want you to go ahead and say what you got to say before I talk about it.
No, I agree with what Walk just said. I mean, look at Trump. He said he's a doctor, or he put a picture of him as a doctor up there. You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of Jesus, but he said it was going to be a doctor. So,
Wait, we got one more doctor. Remember, I'm the doctor of love, sex, talk, and walk. I've been saying that for like 4 years.
Yeah, but you've been off the air for like 4 years. It's different. But anyways, see, the thing about it is she came out talking about how at 19, she was the first Black woman to have like stores on Melrose. She said she had her own legal business and not legal business. What legal business could you possibly have? You're not an attorney. You know what I'm saying? It's just like she talked about this doctor. They lost her transcripts, all this other stuff. I mean, there's still you know what I'm saying? It's such a
fabricated her history.
Lie. It's such an obvious lie. It's just,
who is she hurting though? Who is nice guy? Who is she hurting? Seriously,
I can tell you who she's hurting.
There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's hurting people who feel that they come to her for as a psychologist or whatever she thinks to be to get these services, and they're paying top rate or whatever rate that they're paying for these services on the assumption that this person is the expert in their field or area. That's exploitation. That's why they have protection set up so people don't perpetrate frauds and take people's money like that. That's
ain't got one lawsuit, brother. Nobody's suing her.
Her classmate, somebody that went to school with her, said, Why you calling yourself? She said she was calling herself a doctor while they were still in school.
I saw that
Exactly.
shit. Yeah.
I paid money. And she walked around with, when I look at her, I'm like, she wears a necklace that says DOC on it.
Yeah,
And
you
she
can tell.
said, and you can get them transcripts. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's bullshit. You can't get your transcripts from school, whether the school is no longer or is. You can get them transcripts. Everything is digital. Quit playing, lady. But she just telling lies. I don't think she hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying?
But that's her credibility. If she's lying about all of this stuff, why go to someone for advice who's a pathological liar?
If you got money to waste, if you got
money to waste,
you go to your bank and take all your money out and fucking throw it in the fucking Pacific Ocean, that's your right to do so. So you know what I'm saying? You ain't hurting me, brother. You know what I mean?
But if you thought the Pacific Ocean was just a different bank and you got fooled, that's different. I'm just saying, it's just like you.
That's a
she's selling something. No, she's selling something that people are paying for, and it's like that's not it. You know what I'm saying? If she just said, I'm a life coach, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm a non-licensed, I'm a such and such life coach. That's where you land. But when you put this out there like a doctor, when you sit there banging on people like, you watch your tone. Watch your tone. You soft. You feeling kind of soft now and all this stuff. You know, she's talking about being a doctor and basically spewing stuff that no doctors teach. Or you know what I'm saying?
Well, real quick, what about the other argument? The other one that Toure said when they was talking about abusing children, and the previous conversation was that you shouldn't whip children. She was okay with whipping them, and he said that what she was saying wasn't something that somebody who studied under a doctor in child psychology would say. So why is she saying that?
Yes, absolutely not. And that's an example of giving out back. So she's endorsing corporal punishment, young and outdated. You know, that doesn't work. It's not effective. It causes harm. Blah blah blah. And she's endorsing that because one of the purposes of having the doctorate and having these things is that you have accountability, third parties looking at you. You have to show that you're demonstrating this. You have guidelines. So she has none of this. And people are paying because they're uninformed and disinformed, and they shouldn't be punished. She should be punished. Yeah. So it does cause harm because you're going to have to interact with these people. Your kids may have to interact with these kids that are raised under these bad ideas.
Because if you say you're a doctor, you're supposed to use the best methods and practice in the industry that's been studied and assessed that this is the best way to do it. If you don't have those skills, you're going to just come up with some bullshit that she come up with. Oh, yeah, you can whoop them. Yeah, just whoop them.
It's just like somebody doing construction in your home. You want someone at least understands what the rules and what you just don't want some guy to just I'm just gonna hammer and nail it and see how this works out. Yeah. And the structure doesn't hold up and none of this stuff. So I mean,
I ain't gonna lie, you don't get your barber license, you can't be asking top dollar for me.
That's some real shit.
I don't know. Some others is good though.
It's starting to make me question other doctors. I don't know if Dr. Funkenstein is a real doctor or not.
See, he's a doctor of the funk. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like Dr. Pepper. You know what I'm saying? There's lanes. Dr. Dre, when he talks about, who's the doctor they tell you to go see. When he's talking about music, you know what I'm saying? But she's claiming to be a doctor in something that, is dangerous. But Dr. Sebi.
You think she's catching a lot of more heat because she's black and because she's a black woman as opposed to the Sebis? Umar at one time pretended to be a licensed psychologist, which he's not.
You said Dr. Umar?
He's a doctor in psychology, but he's not a licensed psychologist. But he did.
I don't know where you heard that he was. He always said he's not practicing. I don't know where you heard that.
No, he actually said it. He was brought before the board in Philadelphia. He had to, he had to appear. He appeared before the board based on his statements. And he had to acknowledge or retract them and publicly state that he was not, because he made statements that implied that he was. There's numerous things of him talking. He has made those statements in some of his presentations.
Let's jump to the RIFL Act so we can get some information on that.
There you go. Tell us what the RIFL Act is, brother Afro Agnostic.
And this is a great piece of legislation. I hope it passes. Conservatives are real big about personal responsibility, individual responsibility. but they have nothing to say. And one reason you know this is a good bill is because all the Republicans and conservatives are against it. That's how you know it's good. But it's trying to get these gun companies to be responsible for the deaths that are the injuries that are caused by gun violence, which is parallel to any other, automobile industry. You put pollutants in the air, so you have to pay a tax for that to help, with the emissions and so forth. So this is just asking them to put some money aside from the profits that they make to pay some of these victims of mass shootings, of people that have lost time on the job and so forth. So that's what it's for. It's like an insurance for the state of Illinois, and there's a lot of recipients in Chicago possible.
So it's like what's going on with the cigarette taxes and stuff.
Like that's pretty much It functions like that.
But this one, they want to go. You want to know?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
It looked like they said that they were going to have them pay a portion of the annual, like Medicare or Medicaid, when the number of people who get shot a year and go to the hospital, they was going to pay like 10% of it. According to this bill, they pay 10%, and it could get up to like $800,000, and there'll be like $80,000 or so coming out their pocket. And then I was watching the Illinois Rifle Association, and they said this is say what?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Right wing. Go ahead.
Right wing. Yeah.
Right wing.
Right wing. Okay. Yeah. He said that this is tantamount to gun ban. It's banning guns basically because the people that's buying it ain't gonna want it, and then the people that's manufacturing ain't gonna sell it. But it's nice.
So wait. So you're saying that if they raise the price of guns, that'll make people just stop purchasing guns? They just won't buy
those. If the cost gets too outrageous, they're not going to legally buy them. Is what he was saying.
Basically. They're legally buy it. They're going to buy it. They're going to consume it. No matter what this price goes up to, they're gonna work and do what they need to do to get those guns because they love those guns. I'm not necessarily a big fan of taxing the people, but I guess thinking about it a little bit, I can look. Someone's got to pay for this stuff. This money's got to go somewhere. If you're the industry that's benefiting the most off of it, and really you're the industry that's allowing this to be, you guys should have a little set aside. It's a little extra responsibility. Why not? What you feel about that?
Real quick, I was gonna say the only person that don't care is the CIA because they still gonna drop guns in alleys for people to grab.
Real talk.
Never mind.
You care about any of this, Brother Watt? Brother El Poo?
Hey, NRA, they gonna stop it all.
50 people are shot. 50 on an average weekend in Chicago. Is that a true statement?
That probably is, and that's why if there's an act in Illinois, if there's one state that needs to do something about gun accountability, it'd probably be Illinois. So
Wow, he said black.
Yeah, no, man, that seems outrageous.
Yeah, that's a stretch. That's a stretch because
time too. Come on.
Because the fact of the matter is, we're a minority. And, we're a minority of victims as well. You know what I'm saying? The reality is there's more white people killing. There's more white people getting killed just because there's more white people. You know what I'm saying? Really, a lot of this stuff is class and poor. And, the fact of the matter is there's a whole lot of rich white people. There's a whole lot of poor white people. So, that's why that stuff balances out how it does. But, speaking of, go ahead. What did I say?
I was going to say, let's get to the main topic.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Since we're talking about violence and stuff like that, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? So we have this truce that's supposed to be in play. Let me pull that way. See, this is, by the way, this is a great meme right here. You know what I'm saying? And the winner is, and the question is, will the war end, and who's gonna win it? Who do you think who's gonna end at the end of this? So I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Floyd X. When do you think this is going to end, and who do you think is going to be the winner?
I don't think it's going to end this weekend. I think every weekend Trump pretends like they're having a ceasefire to make the market close on a good note, the market manipulation stuff. I think it's going to go on for a couple of more months, but I think in the end, I think Iran is going to come out with the upper hand because it's apparent that whatever weapons that America used, they cannot break the barrier. They cannot open the Strait of Hormuz. They cannot escort ships in and out. They pretending that they're in control, but it's obvious. It's clearly obvious that the Iran, the IRGC, the Iranian Royal National Guard Command. I'm trying to stay on track with it, but the IRGC is in command of their land mines and running what's going on, and they're going to get their money. They're going to start charging ships, and it's nothing America can do about it. Now, Oman is going to be on board. Trump could threaten to blow them up all they want, but they're going to run their town. And Iran, I'm pretty sure is saying thank you, Donald Trump, for making us a superpower.
Ouch. Infamous El Poo.
It's the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. That's what it is.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
So when do you think it's going to be over, and who do you think is going to win?
First of all, who's winning right now is Iran. They are winning. They gonna win big. They're gonna get a whole lot of money out of this. Trump is in the corner right now. He's got to do something. He's got to get out this war, and the only way he can get out is to make a deal with them. And they got their terms out there on the table. I think they just took out like 3 either drones or aircraft or something of the United States just over the last 24 hours. So it's the ceasefire is not really holding up, and it's not looking good for America. And America, and when I say America, I mean Trump.
And real quick, they saying that damn, stop it, motherfucker. They saying that practice makes perfect, and they are better at war now because they had this practice with the U.S. And that's why their aim is getting better. Their modifications of the weaponry they use, they already used up the older missiles, and now they got the newer stuff online. And that's why it's going to get difficult for America. And they can make them faster.
All right, so Apple agnostics. How
Yeah, I
long?
think- Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. So when do you think this is going to be over, and who do you think is going to be who's winning?
The victor. I don't think it'll be over anytime soon because it's been going on for like 40 something years now, since 1979. Sanctions are an act of war. As far as who will win, it depends on what are the goals, what are the military objectives. Trump just keeps switching them. I don't know. Like if the goal is to prevent them from developing a nuclear weapon, I think they definitely will succeed at that. Will they control the country? Will they win the overall war, the will of the people, and somehow make that area an ally to the United States? No, I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah,
One more thing I want to say. Trump will win. He will win with he gets to keep half of his ass. Half fall.
I mean, this is a dude who's always been a twist whatever defeat into a victory anyway. So I mean, he's going to win just because he's going to call a loss a win. You know what I'm saying? He's going to color it how he wants, and his fans, his people that support him, they're gonna roll right with him. They're gonna say he's absolutely right, and that's how he's gonna be viewed in his mind and those that are part of his camp. The sad reality is that that's a small minority. A great quote I saw in the CNN article when they were talking about, because now they're talking about that the Trump is sort of like kind of flexing on Netanyahu. Like Netanyahu's like he's kind of really putting him in his place, but Netanyahu knows that he really can't say nothing because Trump is all he got. And they were saying that the Israelis were so invested in regime change in Iran, they did not fully comprehend the war could lead to a regime change in D.C. And that's the fact as far as how MAGA and everybody pretty much turned on Trump with this forever war. So, look, I don't know when this war is going to end, but when it does, we're all going to win. At the end of the day, all of this stuff needs to just go away. You know what I'm saying? Meddling in other people's business, this whole nuclear situation. Look, if you would have basically extended the deal that they had worked out before, you wouldn't even been in this place. They were at like 3% and because he just ripped up the deal and didn't have nothing else in place, now they're like 60 something whatever percent, and they're still basically saying we're not turning this stuff over to you. So at the end of the day, you're probably not even going to get that. So it's just like you had a religious person in power that was vehemently against a nuclear weapon.
He made it a fatwa, and that's like an important document in the Arab world.
And you murdered him and put his son in charge.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't understand where we're going here with this. At the end of the day, they are a sovereign nation. They should be able to develop nuclear power, especially for just infrastructure. But I mean, even if it's a weapon, I mean, what are we doing over there in Ukraine then? If the whole issue is about a sovereign nation being able to make sovereign decisions, Russia, just go ahead and do whatever the hell with Ukraine. China, just go do whatever the hell you want. Taiwan, just mind our damn business. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what's up.
And then another thing I want to touch on real quick was the cabinet meeting he had where they was all the cabinet members was in there. They start the acknowledgement of kissing Trump's ass and sucking his D. And, it was disgusting to watch. The one I particularly felt bad for was Besic, the finance officer or whatever you call him, the director of finance or whatever, because, he's gay. And I have nothing against gay people. He's married to a man. Thanks to Barack Obama, he's able to marry a man and walk freely around the White House and all that. But the only reason I feel bad for Besic is because he got to suck dick at home and at work.
Ouch.
I want to say the little piece you brought up. I mean, not the little piece, but the regime change in D.C. and as opposed to Iran. That's really real because I think this is a case of the chickens coming home to roost as far as the anti-Semitism. I think a large part of why people are not supporting this war because they think it's Israel's war. And a lot of that anti-Israel is kind of based fueled by the anti-Semitism that's already in the MAGA.
Yeah,
the Jews.
It's like that.
Yeah.
That's the war it is.
All right, so let's talk about so we have all this stuff that's going on. So the bottom line is, notwithstanding, Trump still ruled the GOP. They had some runoff or whatever in Texas. You know what I'm saying? A primary, and it was basically Trump's guy versus the incumbent. You know what I'm saying? It was Massey, I believe, right? That was
Oh, you said DC?
Well, not DC. I meant to say DC, Texas. But the bottom line is, I know that the bottom line is Trump is the person. His endorsee is the one that won. Paxton. Yeah, and Paxton versus 20. Yeah, and the bottom line is that and he's actually had some other victories, just like how he over the Massey situation as well. But the bottom line, he's still flexing GOP power, even though he's at record sort of like disapproval across the board. But the bottom line is he still has sway, particularly on the right side, and he's flexing it. We're gonna see though how that plays out in Texas because you flex to get this guy in there, but this guy is a problematic candidate. You talk about Hillary Clinton was a problematic candidate. This dude, I mean, he's got all type of issues. So we're gonna see exactly how powerful he is.
Texas is going to be a blue state. It's going to be a blue state after this.
After the midterms.
After this, whoever wins between Paxton and Tallarico.
Because Tallarico has the appeal. Yeah, because Tallarico has the appeal. He's basically appealing to the independents. He's appealing to the conservatives. You know what I'm saying? He's appealing to the left. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you have this dude who's basically been letting off people that done criminal stuff with,
he was kids indicted. And stuff like that. He was impeached. He was and suspended from the House. And then they brought him back, I believe, in 2025 because Trump wanted him back. I don't got no facts on it, but I think they bring him back. And they brought him back and supported him. The AIPAC spent $38 million on a Senate race in Texas. That's how adamant they was about getting him in, and he won. Cornyn been in office for like 15 years or something, and he beat him, and he's gone. Donald Trump ends the career of anybody who betrays him. If you kiss his ass, you're only gonna kiss for so long. You go against him, he will end your political career. What's the lady, the Cheney lady? What's that? Cheney.
Oh yeah,
Liz Cheney daughter. Liz Cheney. Ended their career. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Who? Yeah. FGT went running for the hills. He ends your career. You in the GOP, and under Trump, he'll end your career.
And that's exactly what I thought of when I looked at this question. Like, you know, does Trump still rule the GOP? Can he still get people elected? Can he still punish people? Hell yes. And that's the metric. He still runs that shit. I think in Illinois, 8 Republicans that didn't align with him on some issue. 6 of them are gone, and one is they're going to be out of office next year anyway. So yeah, he's still Debo.
Yep.
Okay. Well, here's a question I have. There's no doubt that he runs the GOP, but if Trump was to die today, who would take over?
They will have a celebration. They'll put everything, and it will go back to normal. In my opinion, they would have a celebration, be like, "Whoo! Well, that was crazy."
honestly, he's going to get. They're going to throw him under the bus, just like the Democrats did Biden. They're going to be like, basically, look, man, he's a means to an end. He was mother effing office rocker. You know what I'm saying? But you saw how crazy Marjorie Taylor Greene was up until she moved away from him, and all of a sudden you're sitting there thinking, like, wait a second, she's not totally crazy. She was doing crazy things, you know what I'm saying? She put on a crazy hat, you know what I'm saying? But she wasn't as crazy as she came off. And again, it's like Vance. He's dogging this dude. When you were talking about feeling sorry for him, I thought you were going to say you feel sorry for Vance, because he's literally there was like the thing with the Chinese people or something like that, and they were like, Trump literally goes, you see how the underlings, China, they respect him and they just let him talk, but you just keep on butting in. Could I just have that just for a little bit?
He said that?
Yeah, he said that in public. He's just clowning this dude. And I'm just like, how you wouldn't even give him a seat at the table when they were in the situation room with the bombing and stuff like that. You got the impression that JD Vance is basically towing the line, but at least I saw from his debate, he's a rational person.
Did y'all hear that story about they put a story out there and they was trying to find out who was leaking from the White House, and they found it to be JD Vance because they only told him about going to Camp David or something.
Yeah.
And they said that he was the leak. And so they said that's why Trump don't respect him no more. He was looking for a way to get rid of him, but the only way that JD Vance could get out is to resign. So Trump can't just dismiss him.
The only person that ever called Trump or compared Trump to Hitler was J.D. Vance.
Yep, that's it. It's crazy, man.
Well, all you got to do is just have like another January 6th and just let the people get to him. It'll be all good.
In his presidency, if something happens to Trump, who's going to be, J.D. Vance is automatic.
Yeah, we know that.
But will he have the grasp? Will he have the grasp that Trump has over the GOP?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, so there's going to still be a fight. But it's going to open up. The window is going to open. Somebody's got to fill that gap.
I think they'll fall.
There's going to be a lot of fighting until somebody, until they get to the top. Yeah.
If they can get behind this crazy dude, they can get behind anybody.
Yeah.
I think they'll fall in line under JD Vance.
It's going to be a fight for leadership, though. It's going to be a big fight.
Who's going to go up against them?
Well, who was that dude's name? Nick Fuentes? Because he basically look, if JD Vance or Marco Rubio is on the ticket, I'm voting for the Democrat.
That's what he said.
Yeah. So I mean, they've suffered a lot, and that whole sort of like the Tucker Carlsons and the Candace Owens, all of them that are sort of like moved away from Trump support. We'll see where that plays out. It'll be very interesting to see. So
because he'll be president, but he won't have control of the base like Trump has control of GOP.
That's the thing about it. Yeah, that dude has power, sway, and it's for real. And for whatever reason, until I see it, that dude gets away with everything. So you know what I'm saying? I will see. I'm waiting for the day to see it, just to see it. But I don't know, man. I just don't know. This dude might not never die.
Because how you one reason he got control, like GOP members, they start to sound like him. They start to just like repeat what
all these cats are on video ripping him to shreds. All of these people that are defending him are on video telling you about how terrible a person he is, how much of a megalomaniac, how much of all of this stuff. And then they're like, just towing the line, just like whatever. And then when they get away from him, then all of a sudden it's like back to clarity. So it's clearly that,
Remember the debates in 2000? What was it? 2016, I think it was. Marco Rubio was tearing his ass apart.
Yeah.
All of these cats. You talk about Lindsey Graham. I mean, it's just shoot. Like we said, we talk about JD Vance. You know what I'm saying? I'll never support him. Blah blah blah. All this other stuff, and he just completely just flipped.
It's crazy.
So you got this stuff to share focus. Let's talk about this whole Jasmine Crockett endorsement situation. This was the big thing because Amanda Seales wasn't just defending Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. She was coming for Jasmine. You know what I'm saying? And Jasmine Crockett is suffered. She experienced a proxy victory because the person that she actually endorsed won over the person that Tallarico endorsed. So there was. Go ahead.
Let me play the video. We could debate whether this was an endorsement or not.
Congresswoman, I'm a Black woman first. Make people go out and vote again. Do not get comfortable at all. We are living in unprecedented times, and I can tell you that there's no one better for this moment for Missouri 1 to keep his eye on the prize, which is you, the people, than Wesley Bell.
Was that an endorsement?
Absolutely.
That's an endorsement.
It may not have been a paid endorsement, but go ahead, nice guy. What is your
Well, first of all, you have to have the context of what it was she's talking about. That's like me saying that, Chef Ramsay, there's as far as cooking and stuff like that, for this particular task, this is the guy you want. This is total fucking dick as far as a person. He's not a person that you necessarily want to be a leader or whatever, stuff like that. But he's a good cook. So she came out and said, look, no, I don't endorse this dude. The bottom line is, I will work with people across the aisle. I'll talk, I won't just shit on them. The bottom line is if there's something that serves my benefit, our benefit, whatever, to work together, we'll work together. She's like, but you're going to find me speaking glowingly about these other people. Well, this is not an endorsement. Who's endorsed is actually laid out, whatever, this. So the bottom line is you got Cory Booker who laid out this whole thing about how she was, they flipped and turned on her stuff. She's saying, look, I ain't had nothing to do with that. That wasn't me. And the reality of it was she lost. You know what I'm saying? She didn't win against Tarico. You know what I'm saying? Her power was definitely suspect, if not anything, even though she had this proxy win against the dude, whatever. But go ahead, Mr. Flash. You got her glasses on. You look like about to say something serious. Go ahead and say what you're about to say, brother.
Who you said? Me or
you shined it up and like you was like, I got something to say. So hey boss man, I need to get when the boss.
I just want to say I don't know about Jasmine Crockett anymore. I'm losing faith in her. I was a supporter, but now I'm starting to look different.
Anyway,
hold on. She still pushes she still pushes the what you call it? She still gets money from APAC, and she might be on that line. She is not a non-supporter of that, so I'm not a big supporter of anymore. I'm standing back. I haven't I'm treating her like Kevin Hart. I'm not canceling her yet, but I'm stepping back and just watching her.
You playing the music?
Is she supported by APAC?
No, she's not. But this was interesting because
say it again. Agnostic. Say it again.
She received funding.
No, she don't. She doesn't receive money from APAC.
She said it. She said she did. I told y'all to show the gay dude. What's the dude name?
They have the
Hollywood Unlocked. Hollywood Unlocked.
They have there's a whole site that breaks all this stuff down.
PACs.
Say that again, Afro.
I think she said super PACs, not APAC.
Oh. Well, I don't like her anyway. Let's to the.
What are you about to say? Afro
Let me play this.
Congresswoman, I'm a Black woman first. And so, the level of disrespect that is continuously lobbed against us as Black women, for me, I'm like, wait a minute now. I am one of the 535 most powerful people in this country, and for some reason you think we on the same level, but you're gonna disrespect me? Like, it's not gonna happen.
Arrogance.
Why'd you say that? You said arrogance?
Arrogance. They say pride before the fall. She's falling because she had that kind of pride.
America.
Yeah. So we're about to say Afro-agnostics. I know that Mr. Floyd.
Yeah, I don't really follow all the electoral politics like that, but I do know that she hasn't received direct money from AIPAC. I think Amanda Seales did have her on the show before, and she point blank asked her, was she a conservative Democrat, a centrist, or was she a progressive? So she described herself as progressive. So, I took her at her word too, but if you're progressive, how do you endorse this dude? You say it's not an endorsement, but you said on record that there's no one else better qualified for the position that this progressive Democrat Cori Bush is running for. Who is
play it
not
again, play it 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 again. He said what he said. Play again exactly what he said.
Go out and vote again. Do not get comfortable at all. We are living in unprecedented times, and I can tell you that there's no one better for this moment for Missouri 1 to keep his eye on the prize, which is you, the people, than Wesley Bell.
So again, what is the context that being talked about? Because you're saying that the vote, but again, she's not saying this person over Corey Bryant or whatever, what the circumstance was.
She said there's no one better.
What she talking about? It's a clip. It's a soundbite. I'm saying
there's no one better to vote for. That includes Cori Bush. Don't vote for Cori Bush. Vote for him.
What's the context that they're talking about? She's talking to those people about something particular. She said, you're going to see me having these videos talking glowingly about these other people. But she said, I do not endorse the cat. This is kind of like how Walk had us when we were sitting there talking about Ryan Clark saying what he said. And then she goes, Jamel, says, actually, you know what? I just went and asked him. I want to talk to him. And he says, nah, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's when we have to fall back and go, okay.
But you're not running it. You're not running against somebody. You're running in the primaries. You're not running against the other party. I see sometimes you got to throw your Democratic, thing in behind your party. But in this case, it's just the primaries. And this dude specifically left his prior position specifically to get Cori Bush out on the principle she wasn't pro-Israel enough. So it's like, how do you go be progressive and say something glowingly about that person?
First of all, progressive, you already know that she was basically a friend of Israel. To me, that label wasn't, to put it away. If that's what she thought was progressive, to me, that's fundamentally not progressive. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that she's like traditional Democrats, basically, because Israel is an ally of America. You can say what you want to say about it, how you feel about it, whatever. Israel is a proxy for America. You know what I'm saying? America has interest in Israel. Israel has interest in America. So again, that's that them being part of that. That's sort of like the status quo. The progressives are not necessarily buying into that. So I'm just saying that right off there, that should have basically disproved or at least made you think, well, she's not that type of person. But again, that's just still basic Democrat stuff. Go ahead. What are you about to say?
Hey, I reached out to my friend Amanda Seales. She just jumped out of the bed. She wanted to speak about
Go ahead.
Jasmine.
Jasmine Crockett has no political career. She lost her seat. And she's now running around being used to bring you all in because for some reason you trust her. So it's like I don't know what you're talking about. Who else is there to vote for? There's never been anybody to vote for. That's why you hear me saying it's time for us to stop voting. It's time for us to make a drastic change in order to make a drastic change.
Ooh, that's a horn.
What does she? Wait, you think it's a horn? It's even rational? Exactly. She really made
to make a drastic change. To make a drastic change.
No, that's not what Malcolm said. Malcolm said by any means necessary. You use whatever means that are available, but you don't limit yourself to electoral politics. Hell no, that's foolish. But it's there. It's available tool that you can use. Now, as far as that's what I'm saying, she talks to progressive rhetoric. That's why a lot of people are thinking that she's progressive. She shows a lot of nigritude in her, how she moves in her expressions, which, get a lot of Black people to endorse her. But I don't know what Amanda is saying here, that she lost. But she's still a congressman. She lost that Senate run, but she's still a congressman.
Well, she's still influencing just like Amanda Seales. She's doing the videos, sitting there trying to be an activist, whatever. And her solution is just take the ball and go home and just let whatever happen. That's how you're going to do change and thing, by just not even showing up. I mean, again, this is the same person defending Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. You want to talk about people that you align with? You endorsing Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. That's your credibility.
What? Jasmine Crockett has no political.
I think y'all all muted and everything, but check this out. I'm gonna say this.
Oh shit!
Everything she said besides the voting thing was right. I mean, in a sense, Jasmine Crockett doesn't have any say. Okay, whatever, But the whole thing about the voting thing, listen. As long as you're a citizen of the United States, you're paying taxes, you should have a say in who represents you, and that's by voting. And another thing is, if it wasn't so important, they wouldn't be trying to take it away from you.
Exactly. They wouldn't be doing the work to appeal for you. They wouldn't do all these. They would put all this money to try to get your vote if it didn't have any impact or any whatever. They wouldn't have to try to fabricate all these ballots and all this other stuff. Everything is being accused if it didn't have any power. So the bottom line is, at the end of the day, go ahead. In
Atlanta, they passed that law where you can't pass out water to people standing in line to vote. That's how bad they don't want you to vote.
They want to discourage you from voting. And you got people like her saying, don't vote. No, go out there and vote. You need to vote. Like I said, if they're going to tax you, you need to get some people in there to represent you.
She also said she's quitting the internet because everybody was being tough on her because of the whole Dr. Cheyenne Bryant thing.
See ya.
That's her fortitude. That's her intestinal fortitude. She's sitting there talking about, Jasmine Crockett got a BBL. She got a BBL. That's what she's saying. This is, what I'm saying. This is this empowering sister. Feels like this. That's what she said. My point is that in the video, I'm just saying it's ridiculous stuff. And now you're talking about a person who is a comedian turned activist versus a lawyer who's a politician. You know what I'm saying? And these are the people that say, because she was going after Kamala Harris too. So, for whatever reason that Amanda Seales has got it worked up about and lathered up, at the end of the day, your credibility is pretty much displayed by who you align with.
Yeah, I think she's just jealous of the big booty lady.
Yeah, I don't know. Off the hinges. But that having been said, go do some research. Go listen to what Jasmine Crockett says about what she endorses, what she actually says, and the context in what that is made. Again, you can take a soundbite from anything and make people think something different. I'll give you a soundbite right now. Here you go.
Nice guy, my best friend. Yeah.
I'm just saying, the bottom line is you can take anything and make it whatever. So context is everything.
In the words of Public Enemy, don't trust it.
Yeah, don't trust anything. Investigate. That's for real.